Welcome to In Pursuit with Pastor Bill.
Hey, I'm just a simple guy in pursuit of knowledge, wisdom, understanding, wild game, fish that swim under the ice, tender smoked meat, tasty grilled meat, and Denise.
In this hour, we are going to be talking about all of that and a whole lot more. Bill has been with Maranatha since 2005 and the campus pastor at Maranatha Chisago Lakes campus since 2011. Come along and join In Pursuit.
Well, good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
Hello. It is good to be here. My name's Bill.
I'm Denise.
My name's James.
There he is. That's the James we love right there. There you go.
The thing is, he is such a happy guy. James is such a happy guy. He just sounds like Eeyore on the radio.
Yeah, my friends say that when I play games with them, though. Like, apparently when I get on, I'm just like, hey, guys. Like,
Mr. Mello?
Yeah, I guess, I don't know. When I put headphones on, it's probably what happens.
That's funny.
Yeah,
because
it's
usually
hilarious.
if you walk in, you're just smiley, happy, a very friendly greeting.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's just this friendly, sweet
It's
guy,
funny.
and it's just so funny on the radio. So all of our listeners, all 8 of you, James is a really funny guy.
He
He's
is.
a fun,
Oh my gosh.
happy-go-lucky guy.
I think if you're listening and you know James, you should text us how wonderful James is.
yeah.
That's what you should do. Let us
That would
know.
be a good
Let us
idea.
know. And
Don't do
speaking
it,
of
guys.
that, we would love to know if you're out there in radio intranet land. Intranet land.
Not sure that's the right word.
Listening on the World Wide Web. Do you know why I say World Wide Web? Because of Transformers. At the beginning of Transformers 1, or towards the beginning, when he's first meeting the Transformers, he says, how do you know our language? And that's their response.
Oh,
The World Wide Web. Yeah, yep. They say it out just like that. That's why I say World Wide Web.
That's funny.
Just so you know.
Because you're a Transformers guy.
I like the Transformers. Matter of
You
fact,
do.
now I kind of want to watch one of them
I
again.
knew we'd be watching them again because we talked about them. It's like, no, pull that up again.
I'm not sure what time we're getting home tonight, but we might be watching a Transformers movie.
Yeah. We got
Yeah.
home at 10 o'clock last night
I know.
and still managed to
Great.
sit on the couch for
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah. Till we were snoring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's bad to go to sleep on the couch.
it is.
'Cause then you get in bed and you've had just enough sleep to make it a little harder to fall asleep.
Yes, that's the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it is good to be here. And again, please shoot us a text if you're out there in listening land. We would love to hear from you, especially any wonderful James comments you have today.
Yeah, that would be so
Any
sweet.
James comments we would love to hear. And we'll call him Eeyore from now on until we start getting these comments.
Oh, man.
So, life is good. I mean, it's good for us. We lost a few chickens again.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yep, the fox
Yeah.
came back, and in one day we lost 3. So now
That is
we're
so
in the middle of a
tragic.
project to expand the chicken run because clearly there's a little too much wildlife
Yeah.
around us to
Keep
just
them
let them roam.
safe.
So I got a text from Mom and Dad. Dad said we are listening. I don't know why, James, but Dad didn't make any comments about you, so I don't know what you did to my dad.
Of course he didn't. he
Jenny
says.
Gaskill said listening, and James is a wonderful lad. A wonderful lad you
Thanks,
are,
Jenny.
James.
Laddie Buck.
Yeah.
Chris
yeah.
is listening, but she doesn't know James, I don't think.
Oh, yeah,
So.
she may not. Yeah, so you're off the hook on that one,
Yeah.
Eeyore. So, yeah, it's sad that we lost some chickens, but
It's sad. And one of them was one of the new babies.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And of course, the little teenager that we have, who is probably just getting to the egg laying stage, if he is a she and she's not a rooster, you just don't know till they grow. But and then our rooster, who was closing the gap on the chopping block anyway because he let all of our hens get
Yeah.
eaten and he was still alive. But we just have
What a bum.
picture. Yeah,
Yeah,
we have a video of him running away, like run away, ladies, follow me.
That was his form of protection. Follow me. I'll be in front.
I'll be in front.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he also
But he
donated
was
his life to
the
the
perfect
fox
rooster
family.
from
Yeah.
the standpoint of,
He was the sweetest
Yeah.
rooster ever.
you know what
He'd
he
come-
reminds me of?
Huh?
James.
James, yeah. He'd come running
Well, I
at
wouldn't
you.
run away. I'd kill the fox.
I'd kill that
Kill with my
fox.
bear's beak.
With your spur.
Yeah, with your spur. He would come running at you because he was getting a little lonely because we keep locking the hens up because we just kept losing hens. So he'd come running at you and just want to be by you. It wasn't like he wanted to spur you or attack. Or I was walking outside with a friend and he came running towards us and she goes, oh, like this. She kind of flinched a little. And I said, oh, that never happens with this rooster.
Yeah.
Never. He's the sweetest rooster ever, but also probably why
Useless.
he couldn't defend
James,
our
my
ladies.
My dad said James does a great job. Last night was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
So what he's talking about is last night at our Wednesday night service at the Chisago campus, we have testimonies, and James led worship and did a great job.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Awesome
Gary.
job.
It's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, we only heard a little bit of it because we were in the nursery with 9 little people.
Ooh.
And guess what? All of them were still alive when the parents came back to get them.
It's successful. That's a successful
Yep.
night in the nursery. Yeah, it was
pretty
good.
cool.
Call it a win.
Yeah. So now we're in the middle of a project where we're trying to expand the run.
Yeah, the chickens.
Bury some posts and bury some hardware cloth and
Yeah.
give them a little more space to roam and keep
Yeah.
them safe.
The reason we knew something was wrong is when we got home, I went out to check on the chickens and only 2 of them came running out of the woods. And I was
gracious.
like, oh no.
You knew right away.
Yeah.
Because the 3 littles are always together. They're like tripping over each other at all times. And so I was like, there's only 2. There's only 2 littles. And sometimes the bigs, they wander away for hours and then they come back. So we weren't too sure. But when the littles came out of the woods and there were just 2 of them, I knew there was trouble.
Yeah, well, and so it was Sunday, and we had seen on our game camera in the back of the property in the pines, on that camera we had seen a fox.
Yeah.
And so we were already kind of thinking, oh no. And then by the
Shoot,
time we got home,
Yeah, because Sundays were gone for a little while.
yeah. But this was by midday because we got home, and then before we had company, because it was Father's Day, we were out looking for them. And yeah,
We never even found feathers, which is
Nope.
very rare.
no, just dragged off.
Yeah, it was pretty sad.
That is, I don't mean to laugh. It's just the way you just dragged off.
Yeah.
You're looking at the
Yep.
table. Like,
Yeah,
Megan and the kids are listening.
that's nice.
Yeah, and here's what they said. James smiled, and I think she said, and waved when he passed me in the parking lot this morning.
oh, yeah, I did.
There's
Yeah.
friendly James.
I didn't realize it was them at first. That's a big truck.
That is
It's
a
a big old truck.
that she comes tooling in on.
Yeah. But then I was like, oh, it's big ants. So I waved, but
So did you wave before you knew who they were, or after you knew?
After.
Oh, okay, that's good.
I
That's
wouldn't
good.
wave at just anybody.
Yeah, no. You're not going to share that kind of love and joy with strangers on the street.
That's right.
Yeah. So but it'll be fun to build a bigger coop or run and
Yeah.
have that project. Yeah.
Right.
So it's going to be good. Yeah.
I don't know, did we tell people that we found where our chicken was laying eggs because she wasn't laying them in the coop?
I don't think we did.
Yeah, she would go off into the woods and just find herself a little spot, and we found her spot where she was laying her eggs, so that's good.
And you found like 6 or 7 eggs.
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of funny when that
Actually, I
happened.
think it was 8.
The
But
funniest thing to me was when we realized last year that they were laying them under the front porch, and so I started pulling up boards to see if we could find these eggs, and we found like 15 eggs in this wonderful, perfect little nest of eggs where this
Yeah.
chicken was running in it.
Oh, man.
yeah,
They got this wonderful little coop with nesting boxes and everything. Nope, when they get a chance, they run out and then they keep going back to that same spot.
yeah.
Kind of crazy.
Yeah, it was kind of fun. That was a fun adventure,
It
pulling
was
up
fun.
boards, because
Yeah.
we didn't know where they were, so you just have to keep pulling up boards and sticking a flashlight down there. And,
Yeah.
And there they were,
Yep,
and that was very exciting.
it was fun.
Yeah, almost as exciting as digging up potatoes.
Hey,
Taters.
absolutely true.
I can't wait to dig up potatoes this fall.
We've got potatoes growing, too.
Yeah, what'd you plant? Eight potato plants?
I don't know.
Yeah, I hope we just get dozens and dozens of potatoes from these plants, because
That'd be
the
cool.
plant above ground is
Ginormous.
ginormous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys will think this is funny, but I saw this reel recently on Instagram, and it was like, the caption was, "Man, this is way too hard." And he's standing at a self-checkout counter with potatoes and bananas on the weight, and in the thing he had typed in taters and nanners.
You might be a redneck if.
Taters and
Taters
nanners on
and
the
nanners.
self-checkout.
That's funny. Oh, that's funny. Well, speaking of food,
Emily's listening.
pardon me?
We have another listener.
Emily, welcome.
We had 2 of her boys in the
Yeah,
nursery
that was pretty
last
fun
night.
hanging out with them guys.
Super cute.
Yeah.
They are cute.
Yeah, they got excited about the little car that had Mario in it.
Yeah, and then a friend came in. And
Harlow.
Harlow. Yeah, so Arlo and Lincoln.
Yeah.
And then a boy named Harlow came in with a Mario and Luigi shirt.
Yeah.
And they were ecstatic.
Yeah.
So cute.
Very
They're so
exciting.
cute.
Yeah. Well, speaking of some of the food stuff, our food recently, Denise, you made for Father's Day, you made a spaghetti kind of a thing, but with a different kind of noodle than spaghetti.
Yeah.
Risotto?
No.
Oh, I don't know. It was a short.
Rotini.
Okay. It was a short round noodle.
A spiral-y kind of noodle.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
So, but here's the cool thing though, is you made a spaghetti sauce that was totally homemade.
It's true.
Like, and James, this is the cool thing about, like, she got these tomatoes and cooked them down, did all this stuff, made a sauce, and so it totally homemade, and then added her own seasonings.
Sweet.
And made a spaghetti sauce.
That is sweet.
It was fun.
Really
It was
neat.
because it was like probably the first time homemade spaghetti sauces turned out for me.
That's not true.
It's absolutely true because they just don't taste the same.
They
but
don't taste the same, but this was like we had 4 of the kids up, my daughters and their guys and the king. And they loved it.
yeah, this one was really good. Like it turned out. I wish I
was-
knew what I did.
Yeah, that's what happens. Denise, the way she cooks, she just kind of tastes as she goes and makes it wonderful. And then I'm like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
And she says, uh-oh.
That's only good if you're a naturally really good cook,
She
like
is.
Denise, you are.
Yeah.
Oh,
So you
thanks.
can just YOLO it.
Yeah.
But when people aren't a good cook, but they try to cook like that, it just doesn't work out. But
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
yeah, I've made homemade sauce before and it just wasn't as good as this one. This one was so good.
Yeah, it was just perfect.
It was just so good.
And then we made like a garlic cheese toast
Oh.
out of hot dog buns. So she just opened them up, and
Had some
they're the
hot dog
right.
buns
Listen
to
though,
use up.
here's the thing: we could spend this whole time talking about buns because I love Lakeland buns.
Sponsor.
Yeah, like I love Lakeland buns. They're the hot dog or the hamburger buns. They're the best bun because they're not super thick, so you're not getting too much bread with your little hot dog or your hamburger.
Cool.
They're delicious and they're totally
And
unhealthy.
the density is good.
It's perfect.
Sometimes you buy the cheaper brand and it's like they're fluffy and dried out on the inside already. It's like
Yeah.
when I
It's like a
crumble them
little
for the
sharp.
chickens, you just have to run your fingers on it and just crumbles. It's like, that's not good bread.
Yeah.
It's just not. So,
These though, and I'm sure it's bad for you and all that stuff.
yeah,
but-
everything's bad for you.
So she took these hot dog buns, these Lakeland hot dog buns,
Sponsor.
and open face, and laid them in a pan and seasoned them. Do you butter them?
Yeah.
Butter
Cool.
and seasoning, and it was just delicious. Like I had
Nice.
an open faced with leftovers, I think, or maybe I might have had it ahead of time. I took a piece of just white
yeah.
bread and I made a piece of toast and buttered it, laid it on my plate and put this delicious sauce on it and just ate that. But like this garlic bread though that we had with this homemade spaghetti,
Yeah.
out of this world.
Wow.
I don't know if it's out of this world,
Oh,
but
they
it
were
tasted
delicious.
good. It tasted good, yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Just using up the hot dog buns.
Yeah, but it's just perfect.
Yeah.
Just perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was pretty delicious.
Yeah, it was fun.
And then today we've had kind of a busy morning, and so before coming here, we were getting hungry. I was getting hungry, and so we swung into McDonald's. Yeah, there's the bark right there.
Barking.
And yeah, it was.
I know there's people that snub their nose at McDonald's and say how bad it is. It's like bad food for you everywhere.
people
I
aren't
love
happy.
Yeah,
Notice that.
I love McDonald's. I love McDonald's.
It was
food.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we had. Now here's the thing. Again, we could do another show on the right way to eat French fries, which I didn't know.
Yeah.
But whenever we go to McDonald's and order French fries, we always get a side of tartar sauce.
Oh.
McDonald's fries with tartar
With
sauce.
McDonald's tartar sauce. It's got to be McDonald's
Yeah.
tartar sauce.
It's so good.
It's good.
Yeah.
We should make the world happier by getting this out.
We're trying to.
Yeah, this information needs to
this
be
is
out there for
important
the
stuff.
general masses
Yeah.
because McDonald's fries dipped in McDonald's tartar sauce is
Delicious.
Delicious.
It's right up there with the correct way to eat a Nutty Butter. A Nutty Buddy.
Wow.
Yep. There's a right and there's a wrong.
There is.
And that I do it the right way.
And I do it the right way. All
But-
of the flavors together
Yeah, no.
in that crunchy, nice
you
wafer.
break them off one layer at a time. You got to break
Take a
them off
bite.
one layer
It's
at a
nice
time.
and crunchy and
No,
oh, it's so
one
good.
layer at a time. James, have you ever had a
All the
Nutty Buddy?
layers.
Not recently, but
Oh, man.
I chomped it down, so I don't know if that's
You know
the right
what?
way or not.
On our way back to the
Just
office,
taking a
we're
bite?
going to stop at Bruce's
Oh, my God.
and we're going to get a box of Nutty Buddies,
Okay.
and we're going to have a lesson when we get back to the office.
And I will show you how to eat a nutty
No.
bar.
And I will correct it. I will. I'm in your corner, James. I want you to know I'm in your corner.
see
I will
it?
show you the right way.
All right.
I'll show you the right way.
He doesn't. He peels it off. He doesn't just
One
bite
layer
it.
at a time.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
too much work.
No.
Well,
It's
you aren't getting the full
wonderful.
effect. The desire of the creators of the Nutty Bar
Was to
Nutty-
peel it off layer
No.
by layer.
I was
They
gonna
want
Just
to
throw
make
it
Spirit.
at you, Bill.
What's that?
I was just going to throw it at you.
to experience all those layers all in one bite. Just bite it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What does it sound like when you bite them again?
That's good radio.
Yeah.
That's good radio right there.
So we had nuggets, fries with tartar sauce,
Mm-hmm.
double cheeseburger,
Quarter pounder with
quarter
cheese.
pounder
babe.
with cheese, and a little Diet Coke shot.
No shot.
And all of that. Denise had like one nugget and maybe half of that quarter pounder.
Nice.
I think I ate 2 nuggets. And
Oh,
I had
okay.
at least half of the quarter pounder
and-
and at least half of the French fries. So I held my own, people.
Nice.
But that was a good combination of meal right there.
Yeah,
It's a very
it
good
was good.
combination. Yeah.
When I worked at the daycare here at Forest Lake campus with your nephew Micah,
Yeah.
we would, whenever we get like McDonald's, he would always get 10-piece nugget, fries, and a Dr. Pepper and barbecue sauce.
Yeah?
And that I started doing that. I have no idea where I was going with this, you guys.
That's okay.
But we would always get the same thing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Because you couldn't veer off for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. My son,
I seriously have no idea where I was going with that.
it'll come to you.
Yeah.
My son used to get McDonald's when he was on the swim team
Mm-hmm.
at Chisago, and they would get a McChicken and a double cheeseburger, and then
Yeah.
put the chicken on top of the double cheeseburger, throw away that chicken bun, and eat it as
Oh.
one sandwich.
A chicken patty on the
Interesting.
cheeseburger?
Chicken patty on the double
No
cheeseburger.
kidding.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I suppose it was for more protein. I don't know. But then you're throwing the carbs out, and those boys needed carbs. So
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's interesting, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I remember what it was.
Yeah.
So every once in a while, he would drive me home from work because I didn't have my license yet.
Yeah.
And one of the times we were going to go to McDonald's, and he texted me. He looked at his phone when we got in the car, and he leaned over and he goes, "You want to go to my grandparents for a quick taco?" And that's the first time I actually talked to your parents. But
No kidding.
Yeah,
Oh,
and we
that's
got
cute.
there, and that was the first time I ever actually talked to them.
That's
and so,
funny.
Yeah, we hung out for a little bit, and
For a taco.
yeah, I think you might have been in the garage with Bob working on a car.
Oh,
I'm
that-
starting to remember
very
all this
possible.
now. But
Yeah.
anyways,
That's hilarious.
yeah, I just remembered all that for the first
Awesome.
time in a while. But anyways,
There's a lot of people that have experienced the home cooking at Jerry and Linda's house. A lot of people.
good tacos.
Their door is open. Like of the 6 grandkids, they've all had friends over, and
Wow.
it's crazy, crazy. You walk in the door, the first thing is, do you need something? Like,
Aw.
like, do you want to eat?
Yeah.
No matter what. Do you want something to eat? Mm-hmm. Like we have a hot dish. I have leftover steak.
Yeah.
I can make you a ribeye. I
Yeah.
mean, that's
It was
mom
a
and
really
dad.
sweet time. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Well, James, give us a quick, what's going on with the Timber Wolvies?
Oh yeah. I told Bill if there's any extra time today, I can talk about the Wolves a little bit because as I slept this morning, I heard my phone ringing, and in the silent whisper of the morning, my brother's on the phone, and he goes, "James," and I was like, "What?" And because he sounds like he's about to be in tears.
Oh, no.
And he's like, "I just got a notification on my phone, and my heart's in my throat already."
Oh, no.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "The Minnesota Timberwolves have traded LaMelo Ball for Naz Reid," and I'm like, "Oh my, okay, thank God nothing's wrong."
Yeah.
And also,
Yeah.
now my 3 favorite players are on the same team.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so the Charlotte, North Carolina Hornets and the Minnesota Timberwolves, they traded. So the Wolves traded, and I have the terms of the deal. They traded Naz Reid, who's our 6th man and
Yeah.
kind of cultural icon here, and then 3 first-round picks, which basically just means when you draft people, every year you draft people coming out of college, and there's a first round and second round. First rounders are better, second rounders are good. But so, anyways, so all those for their franchise player, LaMelo Ball, who's like my second favorite player, I'd say. So it was pretty cool. It was a good wake up call that was.
But what do you have in common with LaMelo Ball?
Oh yeah, that's right. So there is an Instagram account, and I can't remember what it's called, but they track when the North Carolina Hornets roster leaves the stadium. And the reason that they tell citizens of North Carolina when the Hornets are leaving the stadium is because LaMelo Ball drives his own car, and he is the worst driver probably in America. And I always related nicely to that because I'm probably the second worst. Yeah. But like, there's like videos of him totaling cars, like driving out of the stadium, like staff lot underground. He comes out, and in one of these videos, he like hits a car and then rides his like cyber truck up a pole or something like that.
No.
Yeah, so
that's crazy. That's that's why we were all so nervous when you made our announcement video while you were driving in the car.
Yeah,
because we're watching. It's kind of funny, but then everybody's kind of realizing.
Yeah.
Like, are we going to watch you get in another accident right on the announcement video?
Oh, my God.
No, that's cute. Well, speaking of sports, the U.S. soccer team is doing okay.
All right.
They have, I think they're 2-0. I don't think they've played their the next game yet.
Okay.
But they're 2-0. And so before we do our word of the week in the bottom of the hour break, just real quick, somebody brought this to my attention recently, and I've seen some different stuff too, that there's a lot of, because this is an international soccer tournament, right?
Yeah.
This is the
worldwide. It's the World Wide Web of soccer tournaments.
Yeah, yeah. And so there's all of these people now that are coming to America that, like in these videos, what they're realizing is how great it is here, when their perception was something that was totally different. Like they were expecting something totally different than the reception, like the food that they're experiencing. I know there was one where they were talking about like barbecue joints that they were going to and stuff like that, and just enjoying that.
Fat Bob's.
Yeah.
Go to Fat Bob's.
Another sponsor, Fat Bob's.
Get the cheese, mac and cheese.
It's in Buffalo, New York. Oh my goodness, was it good food. Just this hole in the wall, James. Hole in the wall in this super tight neighborhood.
Yeah.
And we found this place, and it was like out of this world. Yeah, it was good. So these people, anyway, they're coming to this realization that they had this perception of what America was like, and I think even more so what Americans were like. And now they're experiencing how nice people can be.
Yeah.
The truth.
Yeah, exactly, the truth. And so it's just a brief little thought of how they're forming their opinions based on now their own experience and not what they're being told to think.
Yeah.
And I think we're living in a world where we're told to think a lot of things.
Yeah.
I mean, especially if you start looking at politics and just, all the different agendas that are out there. Like we say it all the time, but we're inundated with information that is kind of pre-programmed information.
The narrative is fed to us.
Yeah, like what you've said before is, the algorithms and stuff digitally, they're gonna keep telling you what you appear to be interested in, and
to keep you scrolling because that means dollar signs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then that's also the only information you get is that one side or whatever it is. And so, again, it was just something that kind of, in thinking about the soccer that's being played now and the people coming to America and seeing some of what America and Americans are really like, and now their perception is being changed. And I just think, and it's because of social media, it's being verbalized, it's articulated. This isn't what I expected. This is not what I expected the people to be like. It's not what I expected the food to be like. And it's just, I think it's very interesting.
Yeah.
And I also think that it's something for us to kind of learn from and say, well, we need to do that. We need to base our opinions on people or on places, on things. In some respect, we have to, well, I want to find out for myself.
Yeah.
Like
I remember reading something where somebody was just thrilled that they could go to a store like Walmart and buy milk and bread and a garden rake.
Yeah, everything in one place.
A automotive tool in
Yeah.
the same store. They were just shocked at that,
Yeah.
that was available to us. We have a great country. We live in a great country with so many options and so many beautiful things.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's kind of the here's the real picture. Here's what it's really like, and that's I don't know. I think it's something for us to be aware of.
Yeah.
Like we form our opinions on just what we hear or on the narrative that we're being fed.
Yeah.
And that's why it's important to, there's some situations where you got to heed that advice and be cautious or careful or whatever. But we have to be careful that we don't do that all the time in all situations, and that it's like, I kind of want to find out for myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. But right now, before we get too far past the bottom of the hour, let's listen to our Word of the Week.
Word of the Week. This is the part of the show where Denise and Bill learn new words in pursuit of knowledge and understanding of the English language, and so they can sound smarter.
So once again, I'm kind of going off the map here with this one.
Off the rails.
Off the rails. I have a new word, eructate. Any guesses?
Nothing.
Bill? James? Any guesses?
No.
Okay, eructate. If you know what this word is, you're crazy. Eructate
I'm glad we both said no.
is a medical term for burping. In medicine, the technical term used to refer to burping is eructation. This noun is related to the verb eruct, which was first recorded in the 1660s and comes from the Latin verb eructare. I don't know how to say it. To vomit. However, the word eructation is not commonly used. No. Unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah.
Instead, the less technical term belching is used more often, even in formal medical writing and research. Burping is a perfectly normal part of the bodily function and is rarely a cause for concern in and of itself. Excessive or abnormal burping may be a symptom of medical disorders, especially ones that impact digestion.
Eructosis.
Eructosis. I'm not sure that's a word. In such cases, the word eructation or belching may be used to describe the symptoms.
What if you're afraid of erupting? Eructophobia?
Eructophobia.
What if you love erupting? Are you an
Paganophile?
eructophile?
Are you an eructophile? I love that you guys are bringing these back. This went such a different direction than I thought. That's funny.
I had a roommate, and it was pretty violent burping after we would get the deli lunch together at North Central. It was pretty violent.
So you began to get eructophobia.
I
Yes,
did.
yeah. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Okay, coming back to center here.
Oh, yeah.
For whatever reason, you might need some fancier words to describe your impressive burping abilities. And as you now know, two synonyms of burping are belching and eructation. And we know if we don't use our...
So does that mean when we watch Arthur Friday night, I got to try and remember to tell Maddie after he eats, we eructate him? She's going to look at me and say,
What?
what?
Please don't do that again.
Yeah. She's going to say, I think we'll take him with us.
You're no longer allowed to watch Arthur.
No, you can't eructate Arthur.
That's funny. Well, you guys have all used it in a sentence, so...
I want to hear yours.
I don't have one.
Oh, filled it in.
I was not going to touch that with a 10-foot pole. So
We
I want to
did.
encourage you all to use eructation in a sentence this week so you can remember that obscure word and get a few good laughs out
That's
of it.
awesome.
And that is our word of the week.
You're listening to In Pursuit with me, Pastor Bill, a production of WAJC, Your Life Radio on 88.1 and 91.7 FM. WAJC is owned and operated by Maranatha Assembly of God in Forest Lake, Minnesota. If you would like to visit Maranatha Chisago Lakes campus, we have 4 weekend services to choose from. Visit maranathachisago.org to learn more and to check out some past messages. So we're back.
Back.
Yeah.
The volcano is erupting.
You guys made that whole
That was
word
so
of the
fun.
week. That was funny.
That was great. Oh, that's awesome. Absolutely awesome.
I love this show.
Yeah, it's fun to do together. Good to laugh.
Yeah.
Good to laugh. I hope somebody out there laughed with us.
Yeah, I hope so too.
That's a good thing. Well,
Maybe it was just all disgusting to them. I don't know.
Well, that's because they have eructophobia.
That's right.
That's right. Deal with it straight on. Go drink a whole bottle of Sprite. Have you seen those videos,
Oh,
James?
my word.
The Sprite challenges?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Hilarious.
That's erupting.
Yeah.
Oh my good. That's it. They're hilarious. All right, so there's a point in the remaining minutes we have left here. Oh gosh. So last week we had Jamie Fairbanks was on. Jamie is one of the children's pastors here at the Forest Lake campus. Jamie has an amazing testimony. She shared just a little bit of that. And it's a testimony similar to mine. My testimony, it comes from a place of addiction and life struggles, and then giving my life to the Lord and experiencing that freedom. And it's a powerful testimony. I mean, when you hear these testimonies and experience God's saving grace in those ways, it's a powerful testimony. And that's a lot of what we hear are those kinds of testimonies. But I got to say that I think I mentioned this to Jamie last week when she was on as well. But I really believe that in my experience in talking with people, that another, if not, and I don't know that it's fair to say because we don't compare our testimonies, but another, or even in my little mind, a more powerful testimony is somebody that has just walked with God. Like their life is not filled with those types of wandering off and those types of, addiction or brokenness or dysfunction or all of these different things. They've just walked with God. Like whether it's from an early age, teenagers, young adult, whatever it is. But, people raised in the church and they form this personal relationship with the Lord, and then they just walk with God for your whole life. Like you have this relationship with the Lord.
Yeah.
And I think that's a very, very powerful testimony. But I don't know if it's fair to say this, but I'll say it. But like even in the church world or in society, we don't view it that way. Like I talked to somebody just a couple weeks ago, a friend of ours, and he said, listening to all these different testimonies you hear from people, he said, I don't really feel like I have a testimony because I've never gone through a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
And that to me is like, no, you do have a testimony of just knowing God and just walking with God. And because it doesn't mean that you didn't have life struggles. It doesn't mean you didn't have hard circumstances.
Yeah.
You walked with God and you relied on God and you looked to God. And that's a hard thing to do.
Yeah, I feel like for me, like walking with the Lord like my whole life, I just think there's a certain tenderness that the Lord has when you grow up in a relationship with Him. I just think there's like a certain tenderness that you get to know. Like, because I think for a lot of people when they get saved, it's like when they get saved later in life, I don't know how it is to get saved later in life. I couldn't even tell you when I gave my life to the Lord because I grew up in it.
Yeah.
And I just felt like there's no better way ever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so like, I just think there's a certain tenderness that the Lord had with me growing up because it's like I was shielded from so much.
Sure. Yeah.
The craziness that could have been. And so, yeah, that was just something I thought about.
Well, and another part of your testimony is, James, is you recognize that you're a sinner, just like everyone else. Even though you don't have those huge sins in your life, you recognize that Jesus saved you from hell.
Yeah.
And so there's no, I don't even know the word, there's no arrogance or judgment for other people. You don't see that in you. There's a humility, a love for the Lord, a humility, and a gratefulness that He saved you from eternity in hell. I think it's a possible pitfall for people that have never walked away from the Lord to feel superior, and you don't ever
Yeah.
get that vibe from you. You know what
That's
I mean?
good.
You don't
I'm
ever
glad.
get the feeling that
Yeah.
you just love Jesus and you know that he saved your soul. And the fact that you never had to go through all of bad choices and
Yeah.
consequences
Yeah.
is a huge testimony.
Well, yeah.
It's
And-
great. Yeah, you've walked with the Lord, you've kept that relationship up, and there's also a humble approach to the cross.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yep.
that's the other side of the coin when I say tenderness is like the other side of it is that he's given me so much grace as I learn what
Yeah.
he's saved me from, because I think that you don't really notice it when you don't always notice it when you've grown up in the church.
Yeah.
You kind of just don't notice like, wow, that was an awful thing I said, because it's just like it, you know what I mean? I didn't have a huge moment where I realized all this stuff. It's been gradual my whole life, and that's part of what I mean with the tenderness is he's taught me. And like when I say things that I now wish I wouldn't have said, there's a very humbling moment that follows it.
Yeah.
And it's like a million little moments that just show me what the Lord's done, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Well, and I think that they're like, as just listening to you is like, that's walking with God. It's not just believing there's a God,
Yeah.
but it's walking with God.
Yeah.
Where, again, because you're 23,
22, yeah.
okay, 22. So obviously you still have a lot of life to live, but even in your 22 years, it's not like you haven't had struggles. It's
Yeah.
not like you haven't endured temptations. It's not like you haven't been presented with worldly things that you could have.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and so that to me is the part of, that's the actual walking with God. That's the living out of our faith.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes, like Denise, you brought up how that person that has just been raised in the church and has always walked with the Lord can look down on those that
I think it's a potential pitfall.
yes,
a
yeah,
potential
yep,
pitfall.
and I hear you.
Yep.
But I think the same thing is true the other side, where someone like me, or like the Teen Challenge people, you hear these testimonies of this salvation moment of the Lord called me, I responded to an altar call, or whatever it is, and we can look at that as, well, my testimony is so much more powerful than James's testimony. Because I went through all this and I was rescued and I had to overcome this. Well, it's not. Like everybody's testimony, I think, is so valuable. That's why we do at the Chisago campus. That's why we do the Wednesday night testimonies. Because after every one of these testimonies, people's lives are changed.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter where you fall on that spectrum of life and life decisions. This is my testimony. And like you said, you can testify to God's goodness, to God's faithfulness, to God's correction, to God's tenderness, all of these different things that you get to experience. And I just think it's a great thing. And I immediately think of Genesis chapter 5. When we think of walking with the Lord for a period of time, who do you think of?
Enoch.
That's right. So Genesis 5:18, when Jared had lived 162 years, he became the father of Enoch. After he became the father of Enoch, Jared lived 800 years and had other sons and daughters. Altogether, Jared lived a total of 962 years.
Almost made it, Jared.
Young
Almost.
whippersnapper.
Yep. And then he died. But when Enoch had lived 65 years, he became the father of Methuselah. After he became the father of Methuselah, Enoch walked faithfully with God 300 years and had other sons and daughters. Altogether, Enoch lived a total of 365 years. Enoch walked faithfully with God, and he was no more because God took him away. Now, I like to do this. There's a word in there that if I had I'm reading from my computer, but if I had my actual Bible, do you know which words of that I would underline and circle?
Walked faithfully with the Lord.
That would be it right
I was
there.
going to say faithfully.
Faithfully, that's
Yeah.
right. Because that to me is it. Like, I think we can safely assume that although Enoch walked faithfully with the Lord for 300 years, doesn't mean he never had hard times in life.
Right.
Doesn't mean he was never tempted in life.
Right.
It doesn't mean life was easy, this field of daisies picture. but he walked faithfully with God. And I think, like, when I think of that, like, I even, as I was thinking about all this stuff, putting this together, like, I think there's a part of me that's like, I wish I had that testimony. Because I was raised in the church, the solid foundation, involved. My parents set a great example. They served, they gave, they raised us in that environment. Now at 54 years old, like, I wish I could look back and say, I have faithfully walked with God since I was 16, since I was 13, you know, because I think that that's a powerful testimony. And when I say that, I'm not saying I wish my life would have been easy. I'm just saying I wish I could look at a life that's just filled with faith instead of a life that's filled with other things. My salvation is still the same, but I think it's just such a powerful testimony to say, I walked with God.
Yeah. And you can say you walked with God. Since you put your faith in Jesus, you've walked faithfully with him. But I understand.
That's absolutely true.
You wish you didn't have the other side of your testimony. You wish you just had faithfully walked with God. Yeah, because it saves you a lot of
pain in the natural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poo. It saves you from a lot of poo.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, walking with Jesus is definitely the better route.
But it's that like this could be a great sermon to walk faithfully with God.
Yeah.
Like, that's a powerful statement there, you know? And I think that it's a testimony that has to be shared over and over and over and over again. Because I think it almost seems like it's impossible to do. But it's not, you know? Through whatever life circumstances, I wrote down, I think of the disciples. The disciples were not old men when Jesus called them. And so they come to know who he is. They believe, obviously. They follow, obviously. But then after Jesus' crucifixion, resurrection, and ascension, the book of Acts tells us that a great persecution broke out. And believers were scattered all over the place. And even through all of the persecution, even through all of the struggles, all of everything they went through, they walked with the Lord.
Yeah.
They stayed faithful to their faith and their trust in God, no matter the circumstances.
Yeah.
And we talk about this all the time, that God doesn't change based on our circumstances. And so that's who you're walking with, to walk faithfully with God, this unchanging God, through whatever life throws at me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. When you said these testimonies of walking faithfully with God need to be shared, because it inspires people. It lets people know it can happen, and it made me think of, I don't know why it did this, but it made me think of the Olympic records. Like, if you go back 50 years in the Olympics, they were like, this person ran so fast, they've got a world record. It couldn't be done faster, and then somebody does it faster and sets a new record. And that inspires people. You know, this can't be done, and yet it gets done. The human body is so amazing, and we've learned more, we've got better technique, and all of a sudden they're breaking these records that they thought could never be broken.
Right.
And so when we share testimonies, well, people who haven't walked away from God, when they share testimonies of walking faithfully with God through your whole life, it is possible. And I agree, it needs to be shared more. It's a great testimony, because walking with God can save you a lot of pain and a lot of regret.
Yeah. And just even as we're thinking of the past, it saves you, like, I think of the wake of hurt that I left behind me in my bad days, like the people that were hurt because of my sin and because of my walking away and all that stuff. Like, it's a wake of people behind me, and again, it's that walking faithfully with God, and obviously, I mean, it needs to be said, like, wherever that starting point is, like again, the point of this, it's not to make anybody feel bad because you haven't walked with God the whole time, you know, like you and I, Denise, raised in the church, and we both wandered off,
Walked away.
We didn't walk faithfully with God. We are now. And so, again, that's our testimony. It's a testimony of God's grace. It's a testimony of a loving Father, the angels rejoicing in heaven. I mean, but then there's that same way. It's a wonderful, beautiful testimony to say, I've walked with God. And understanding that whichever side of that spectrum you're on, you've experienced the same grace of God to save your soul, like what you were saying to James. That humility and that understanding that comes with, I've walked with him, and part of that is because I do understand what he's done for me.
Right.
We love because he first loved us. And again, that's that. The testimony is so powerful, and I just, like, even today, for those of you that are listening or whenever you happen to listen to this, I want to really encourage you to ask the Lord to open a door for you to share your testimony with somebody, to share who God is, his faithfulness, his goodness, his grace, his mercy, his love that endures forever and is never ending. Like, that's what our testimony brings out. It's not like, hey, look at how great I am because I've walked with God for 10, 15, 20, 50 years. Look at how great I am because I surrendered out of my drug addiction. The whole purpose of the testimony is to bring glory to God for who he is, so that others can know the truth about what he can do for them. So today, pray for an opportunity to share. Amen?
Amen.
I hope you all have an amazing rest of your Thursday.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Thanks for joining In Pursuit with Pastor Bill and me, Denise. We hope you will tune in next Thursday at noon as the pursuit continues. In Pursuit is a production of WAJC, Your Life Radio, on 88.1 and 91.7 FM. WAJC is owned and operated by Maranatha Assembly of God in Forest Lake, Minnesota. The opinions expressed here are not necessarily those of the owner.